Hello everyone, and welcome to a quick lesson on converting improper fractions to mixed numbers. So, this is actually really simple. Alright, so to start off with an improper fraction, let's say 18 over 4. 18 over 4 is an improper fraction because the number on top, the numerator, is bigger than the number on the bottom, the denominator. So that is something we really don't want to happen. Okay? So, what do we do when we see something like this? Well, our first step is to go ahead and see how many times 4 fits into 18. So, pretty much division. We're going to put the 4 on the outside, the 18 on the inside, and we're just going to straight up divide. Okay, so 4 goes into 1, 0 times. Now 4 into 18, well, if I know my times tables, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16. I know if I go ahead and I do 4 times 5, that's going to give me 20, and that's way too much. So my closest fit is 4 times 4 is 16. So 4 goes inside 18 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. Just going to go ahead and subtract, and I'm left with 2. Now I know that 4 definitely doesn't fit inside 2. So my answer is 4 with a remainder of 2. And that's pretty much all I need. So here on the left, I found out that 4 went inside 18 4 times, yeah? So I'm going to put that 4 on the left-hand side of my fraction. Now the bottom of my fraction, the denominator, it stays the same. That original 4 never changed. And my leftover goes on top. My remainder goes on top. Boom! I just took an improper fraction and I made it a mixed number. Now yes, you could go ahead and simplify this. I can divide by 2, I can divide by 2. My final answer would be 4 and 1/2. I just turned my improper fraction into a mixed number. Let me go ahead and let me do it with another example. So, okay, so let's go ahead and let's do it with this one coming up here. Alright, so for this one, let's say that my fraction is 25 over 7. Now again, I can tell that this is an improper fraction because my number on top, the numerator, is bigger than the number on the bottom. That's not supposed to happen. So let me try working it out. I'm going to see how many times 7 can fit inside 25. Okay, so I'm going to set up that division again. How many times 7 fits inside 25? Alright, well, I know 7 doesn't go inside 2, so that's 0. Now 7 into 25, again, I have to know my times tables. 7 times 1 is 7, too small. 7 times 2 is 14, okay. 7 times 3 is 21. All right, let's keep on going. 7 times 4 is 28. Well, obviously 28 is way too big. It doesn't fit inside 25. So 7 times 4, I've gone too far. 7 fits inside 25 3 times. Once again, 7 times 3 is 21, so I'm going to subtract that, and I'm left with 4. And again, I know that 7 does not fit inside 4. So my answer is 3, remainder 4. Now, when I go back to my original fraction, I found out that 7 fit inside 25 3 times, so I'm going to put that number to the left-hand side of my fraction. Sorry. My denominator, the number on the bottom, stays the same, so I keep that 7. And now my remainder, the amount left over, goes on top. It becomes the numerator of my fraction. Boom. That's it. Let's do one final example. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and erase all of that. Alright, y'all, so one final example. This one we're going to go with something, let's use bigger numbers. So 104 over 12. Oh no, how do I do this? The same exact way. I can tell that this is an improper fraction because the top number is bigger than the bottom number. So let's go ahead and fix that. We're trying to find how many times 12 goes inside 104. Alright, so 12 into 100, oh, sorry, I wrote that wrong. 12 into 104. Well, 12 doesn't go inside 1, so that's 0. 12 doesn't go inside 10, so that's 0. 12 obviously has to go inside 104. So again, here the secret is just knowing your times tables. Now I'm not going to start from 12 times 1, because 104 is a big number. Let's start from somewhere random. Let's go with 12 times 6. Alright, so if I do 12 times 6, I get 72. That's way too small. Let's keep on going. 12 times 7 is going to be 84. Still too small. 12 times 8, well now we're getting somewhere. Now we're at 96. Now if we do 12 times 9, here we're going to end up at 108. And 108 is too big. It's bigger than 104. So I know that the closest I can get is 12 times 8. 12 times 8 is 96. So 12 goes inside 8. I'm sorry, 12 goes inside 104 8 times. I'm going to go ahead and subtract. And I should be left with, that turns into 14. That turns to 10. Alright, so once I go ahead and subtract, I am left with 8, essentially. Yes, that turns into a 9. My apologies. So 8. I'm left with a remainder of 8. And that's pretty much it. Now I go back to my original improper fraction, and I can safely say, okay, 12 went inside 104 8 times. So that number goes to the left-hand side. Then I can go ahead and keep the same denominator, the denominator being 12. Yes? And then my remainder, how many I had left over, was 8. And while yes, I can technically simplify that, that's the basics of how I get my improper fraction to becoming a mixed number.